Fiona last night. This is the result.
The northern coast of Australia is facing a tense and chaotic situation as Cyclone Fina sweeps directly across Darwin and the surrounding top end region. The storm intensified rapidly over the warm waters to the north, growing into a powerful system before making its closest pass to the city. Residents endured a long night of severe winds, torrential rain, and constant noise as the cyclone moved across the coastline, bringing destructive gusts that peaked at around 200 kilometers per hour. Many people described the sound of the wind as a deep roar that shook buildings and made the darkness outside feel alive. During the most intense hours of the night, trees snapped or were uprooted entirely, power lines fell, and roofs across several suburbs were damaged or partially torn away. Emergency services received dozens of calls for help, but were unable to respond to many of them until conditions eased. Road crews and utility teams were forced to stand down when winds became too dangerous for work. Large parts of Darwin lost electricity, and some areas remain without power as assessments continue. The full extent of the damage is becoming clear only now, as daylight reveals smashed fences, fallen branches, flooded yards, and streets littered with debris. One of the most dramatic incidents occurred when part of a hospital roof collapsed under the pressure of the wind and driving rain. There were no reports of injuries, but the event raised alarms about the storm's intensity and the sudden spike in structural failures across the region. Several residential homes also suffered heavy damage, especially in low-lying districts and older neighborhoods where building standards are less resistant to strong cyclones. Local authorities warned residents not to venture outside or attempt to inspect damage too early because hidden hazards may remain. Fallen lines, unstable trees, and weakened structures can still collapse without warning. Although the core of the cyclone has begun moving westward, the danger is not over for Darwin. The system is still strong and continues to produce heavy rainfall, raising the risk of flash flooding in some areas.
একটু সড়ক
Low-lying suburbs, rural properties, and coastal communities are especially vulnerable as water levels continue to rise, and drainage systems struggle to keep up. Residents were advised to stay away from waterways, creeks, and coastal zones where storm surge effects remain unpredictable. Emergency shelters are open for those whose homes have become unsafe or uninhabitable. Despite the severity of the storm, many residents remain alert and resilient. People spent the night checking on each other, sharing updates, and helping neighbors secure homes when the winds briefly calmed.
Must be tidal. Oh, someone's going for a swim down there.
Are they really?
Yeah.
There's going to be a high tide tonight.
Oh my god, there is someone having a swim. It's my finger. Right. Where are they? I've lost. Oh, they're there.
Just give me a second.
Someone's having a swim. That didn't last long. They're going back in.
Now that the worst of the wind has passed, cleanup efforts are starting, though progress is slow due to the amount of fallen debris and the need to proceed cautiously. Authorities are inspecting major roads and critical infrastructure, while also preparing for further weather changes.
Trees taken out by the root, and they weren't little trees either. But we kept power on, so that's a good thing.
The cyclone could intensify again over the Timor Sea and may affect areas further west in the coming days. Cyclone Fina has become one of the most powerful systems to threaten Darwin in many years, drawing comparisons to past historic storms.
How to destroy your tire quick, for no reason.
Yeah.
While modern building standards and early warnings have helped reduce casualties, the psychological impact and the physical destruction remain significant. Many families spent the night in fear, listening to how the cyclone tested every part of their homes. Now, with daylight uncovering the truth of the damage, the focus shifts to recovery and safety.
This morning that was all intact, and now it's...
There was no rips, no nothing. Now it's gone.
In the next 24 to 48 hours, the priority will be restoring power, clearing blocked roads, securing unstable structures, and supporting affected residents.
Maybe 19. No, I wouldn't be on yet.
Emergency teams expect the number of reported damages to rise as more areas become accessible and people return to inspect their properties. Even though the cyclone has moved away from Darwin, the weather remains unstable and further heavy rain is possible. The message from authorities is clear. Stay cautious, stay indoors unless necessary, avoid flooded areas, keep clear of fallen lines, and continue monitoring official updates. For the people of Darwin, this event serves as another reminder of the strength of tropical cyclones in northern Australia. It highlights the need for preparedness, strong infrastructure, and community support. As the city begins to recover, the hope is that conditions will continue to improve, and that no further surprises will come from this intense and unpredictable storm. As the community begins to regroup, volunteers and local organizations are stepping forward to assist families who have been displaced or whose homes suffered heavy damage. Temporary relief hubs are being set up to provide clean water, basic supplies, and a safe place to rest for those unable to return home. Many residents are reporting emotional exhaustion after a night spent listening to the cyclone's relentless force, and support teams are preparing for a surge in requests for assistance. despite the destruction, there's a strong sense of unity across Darwin as people come together to help one another, demonstrating resilience and determination in the face of one of the most intense storms to hit the region in recent years.